Welcome to your week 3 agenda for April 20th through the 24th, 2020. Again, we are off campus. Materials needed for the week will be computer, internet, and possibly phone, depending on how you decide to do your interview. Action items, we have 2 for the week. First of which being your week 3 attendance. And then from there, second will be to prep for your interview. The small assignments or formative assignments, we have the next one that will be due is your week 3 attendance, 9 p.m. this Friday, April 24th. And then your interview project for 60s and 70s, the next summative project due date is 9 a.m. Monday, May 18th. And yes, Jimi Hendrix is from Seattle. Let's see if I can switch here. All right, here we go. For the 2 action items for the week, you have 5 questions total for your week 3 attendance, 2 of which will be about the project. They're super easy, but will make you put ownership if you actually have set up your interview or not. Please be honest with your answers. Next, we got 1 historical question, which will be about Ruby Bridges. You'll understand why it is your school district chose their new elementary school just down the street from us to be named after this woman. And you also learn about the woman which my second daughter, Ruby, is also named after. Next, you also have 2 social questions. Just know that 5th question, the one about what do you need, is a serious question. I know some of you guys love to give me some pretty snarky responses, which I do love. But this 5th question, just heads up, that's for the full honesty. Do you need food? What can I do to help? Okay, so just know that. All right, next, set a date and prep for your interview. So again, within the next 2.5 weeks, you should have a set interview date with your interviewee. So let me know if there's any complications that arise with that. Could you pull this off by interviewing 3 weeks down the road? You could. Just the farther you push things back, the more difficult it will be to get things on the tail end or the back end of things done. And the interview is something that's just nice, the big component to get done earlier if possible. To prep for your interview, again, you have the project research, which I answered already before, was to A, hit the skill set, and then 2, make sure that you have the foundational knowledge needed for your interview. Next would be who are you going to interview and how are you going to interview them? Are you going to use Zoom? Are you doing a phone call, email? Are you planning on recording any of this? One of the best projects we had last year done by my current TAA in 3rd period, Paige, is she included the video of her, interviewing her grandmother and then embedded that video into her presentation, which was pretty awesome. Next, write out questions ahead of time. Again, you're looking at a 1-hour interview, which I would expect probably most of you are. 20 questions, again, plus or minus, gives you roughly 1 hour. Some people, we had some people who were literally 5-6 questions. We got them to an hour because their person just talked. We've had other people where 20 questions didn't quite get you there. But again, it's a rough estimate to try to find that median. And then last but not least, when it goes to your interview, ultimately, what do you want to learn? Some of the greatest takeaways that we've had this project had to do with the history of the Vietnam War, had to do with civil rights, had to do with women's rights, had to do with some of these major underlying issues. But it was such a cool aspect to understand these big, huge phenomena through the eyes of somebody that's in our community or through the eyes of somebody that's in our classrooms, loved one. So again, ultimately, what do you want to learn from them? What do you want to learn about the time period? And then from there, do your best to get that one thing. Bodhi says it's time to go, so we're out of here. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Take care.